Do you have a strong grasp of the English language? Are you interested in different cultures? Do you like teaching? Then you may make the grade being an English as a second language teacher. English as a second language, or ESL teachers, provide English language training such as comprehension, fluency, grammar, and learning strategies. They teach newcomers, international students, and other adults whose first language is not English. They also provide cultural orientation to help students adjust to life in Canada. We spoke to an English as a second language teacher working in Alberta to get a lesson on this important career.
Hi, my name is Ravneet and I'm an English as a second language teacher. English as a second language or ESL teachers provide English skills and basic life skills. They work with learners whose first language is not English. So there are a lot of life skills that we try to base our lessons on. For example, shopping or banking or walking into a healthcare facility and booking appointments or even making friends because it's new to them, so it's very important to build community. And some of the other skills are using phones, traveling, or even preparing for their citizenship. This is a new word for you. My typical day is 8 to 4. I think the beginning of the day is usually emails. We get a lot of inquiry emails. There are so many learners who reach out to us every day. And then of course, throughout the day, we have a lot of group classes that run here, also one-on-one classes. The one-on-one class kind of helps them to learn on their own pace.
Shine.
The role also involves a lot of planning because we don't want them to be stuck with one class or one curriculum throughout the year. So it's always what else could we do that could help them to work on their skills as soon as possible. We want them to experience more than like a classroom setting. So we also do, which I feel like works really well for their language training, is field trips. We want them to experience also the culture here and learn in a fun way. Yeah, so both the security guards. Some of the skills to have would be patience, being patient with the learners, communication skills, creativity, to come up with creative ideas so that they're grabbing the information but they're also like not bored. And of course, a sense of humor. A sense of humor always helps. Also, time management and adapting to the learner's needs.
A big rock and wet.
An ESL teacher can work at a variety of places. It could be in a classroom setting, at a community center. They also have the option to go at the specific job sites for the learners, schools, and then there are also the options to make it more flexible to meet with the learner online. You know, when you go to the parks, English as a second language teacher of course works with organizations for newcomers, but they could also work with post-secondary schools, private schools, and for the school board. The plant in the corner, because the room, one of the biggest responsibility is to make sure that what is being taught is actually understood or translated in a way that they understand it. When they come in for our classes, I also have to do assessments with them to make sure they're in the right class. Clock on the wall. So the educational requirements for English as a second language teacher, they vary. It depends on the employer, what are they looking for and what do they require. But having a bachelor's degree helps. And then of course having a TESL certification, which is teaching English as a second language, is also considered or at least preferred by some employers for a ESL teacher to have. Also, being fluent in other languages, it's not a requirement, but it helps with understanding the learner's needs. They go it, they take it, and they get it at the first go. Yeah. The most satisfying aspect of the job, I think, would be having the learners gain their confidence. And you see the difference, like a couple of months ago, they would walk in with their heads down and just go to the class, 1 foot outside of the room. As soon as the class ends, they're running. Now they're here, like we have so many learners who would come in and then to see them have that spark in their eyes where they know, okay, now I have gained this confidence and I can walk into a room and I can introduce myself and I can talk to whoever I want to. At that point, we feel as teachers, as mentors, we have achieved what we are working towards.
To pronounce yourself as an English as a second language teacher, you must have an interest in language and a respect for other values and cultures. Patience, empathy, and the ability to make students feel motivated and comfortable is also essential. If you have good time management and organizational skills, then being an English as a second language teacher may speak to you. Translate more details about this occupation, including training requirements and salary ranges, in the occupational profile on the ALICE website. While you're there, Check out some related occupations, including language interpreter, training and development professional, or college, technical, or vocational instructor. Explore the possibilities. Go to alice.alberta.ca.